Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gonchar. I'm a real estate agent and real estate investor in the Greater Toronto Area. I wanted to share with you today why Canadians love real estate as an investment vehicle. I get calls all the time, Brock, I just cannot rationalize, I cannot wrap my head around the prices of these multifamily properties in Ontario. Help me understand the deal. So today I want to live analyze a deal with you and go over the numbers, show you a property, and explain to you why Canadians love to invest in real estate and how you can make a deal work for you. Okay, so we're gonna flip over to the computer here. I'll show you this listing, listed for $2,990. This is 2 Bobby Street, and that's in Paris, Ontario. This is an 11-unit townhome property. So it consists of 2 bedroom units, and 3 bedroom units. And it looks like we've got 2 rows of townhouses. So 1 here and 1 here. These ones seem to come with a garage. They look fairly decent. Could use some new paving. So 2 rows, 1, 2, there's 5 2-bedroom units and 6 3-bedroom units. Well, it's right near the Grand River. That's downtown Paris. This is a beautiful area. The building I know doesn't look great. Looks like it could use a new roof there too. Looks like they maybe did this side and left that. This all looks brand new too, but that's all information that we can get. Today we're gonna just look at the numbers. But anyway, this downtown Paris area is really nice. This is about 20 minutes, half an hour outside of Brantford, right near the river. I actually sold a client a triplex right around here. He's just up the street here. You turn off, he's like right here is his triplex. And a beautiful property. This is the inside. Now, whenever we look at interior photos on a multiplex, they only show the good photos. There's not gonna be like, that's probably the nicest unit in there. I'm just guessing. I don't know that for sure, but I'm just guessing. Backyard. Looks nice. Anyway, that's the listing. We're gonna be going over the numbers. So I've reached out, I've got all of our unit numbers and what they're currently being rented for. So these are the current rents. So we're gonna just write here, this is our current revenue. And multi-residential building analysis. And this is for 2 Bobby Street West. So unit 1, 973, 1541, 797, 1271, 1181, 950, 1032, 1742. This one's rented for 1,036. And these 2 were just both rented this year. They got 2,100 for each unit. So we know like this unit was probably rented in, I don't know, but we could find out. This unit was probably rented in like 2008. They've probably been there for a long time. And then these ones were both rented in 2023, okay? And this is gonna be really important later when we're looking at the numbers for, okay, here's the numbers now. What are these numbers gonna look like in a couple of years? So right now, their current rent, they're bringing in $14,633.80. And their expenses, note the tenants pay their own utilities. Okay, so that's nice. They're paying $2,100 plus their own utilities. So utilities, they're paying 0. Their property taxes, they're about $14,500 a year. Divided by 12 is $1,207.18. Then their insurance, they're paying $34.80 per year, is $290 a month. And then grass and snow, I could probably get this grass cut for, I mean, it looks like they do their own backyards and stuff like that, but you have the main areas that you have to cut. If you have to cut some of this or the boulevard and all that, and then you have to snow plow all in here. If you really work hard and find someone good, I think you could get that for about $300 a month. That's roughly what we're paying elsewhere. And this is a little bit bigger. I think that's fair. I think that's a fair number. So your total expenses that you have to pay for, you're bringing in $14,600. Your total expenses are just shy of $1,800 a month. Now you have to get a mortgage on the property. So if you bought it for 2.99, and that's gonna be negotiable, especially in this market that we have now. If your down payment is 20%, you would need $600,000 to purchase this asset, which I know for some people sounds a little bit crazy, but People do have that money, or they're sitting around with it in a home equity line of credit, or they just sold their business, or they just sold their principal residence. People definitely have this money to spend on real estate. Even though this isn't where the average investor would start out, there are a lot of people that are in a position to buy something like this. So this is the property today that we're going to be running numbers on. I will make another video of us running the numbers on a duplex, a triplex, or a 4-unit building, and we can kind of look at what the numbers are on something like that, and that price is going to be a lot more attainable. But for today, let's just stick onto this and I'll show you this property. So if they had a mortgage amount for 2.4, just shy of $2.4 million, it's a 30-year amortization, and they got an interest rate of 7%. If they made their payments monthly, their payment would be just shy of $16,000 a month. Okay, so you've got your $16,000, your $1,800, your total expenses every month out of your pocket are going to be just over $17,700 per month, and you're bringing in $14,600. So every month your cash flow is going to be negative $3,100 a month. Now, why would somebody buy this project if they're going to be in a negative cash flow position? Let me share with you why somebody's doing that. So if you're buying this unit, now let's look at this. Before we did the current rents, let's look at projected revenue. So this is down the road if we had natural turnover, if we did cash for keys with our tenants to get them out, or we went through any other kind of processes of having rental unit turnovers. And we got to be careful there. We have to make sure we're doing it ethically. We have to make sure that we're doing everything above board and that we're not going to get in hot water with the landlord-tenant board. That's definitely something that's going to be very important. But let's look at these numbers now. If we were, so the first 5 of them are 2 bedrooms. Let's say we got $1,900 a month for each one. Okay, and then a 3-bedroom, we know right now that they have 2 of them rented out for $2,100 a month. So let's say, let's say we were 2,100. Oop, that's not right. 2,100 for the other 6 units. That brings us to a gross rent now of $22,100 a month. Now our expenses are not going to change. Our expenses will be the exact same. The expenses are not based off of the amount of rent that we're bringing in. The expenses are already set. We have our mortgage payment, we have our interest, and then we have our property maintenance. And again, on this one, the tenants here pay the utilities. So let's take a look at it again. That leaves us with our $1,800 that we knew we were gonna have to pay anyway to these varying items. And then we're gonna have our mortgage payment. So we have $1,800 plus just shy of $16,000, leaves us with the same expenses, but because our gross revenue will be higher, now we would be profiting $43.88 per month. Okay, and if we do that times 12, so we're gonna have our profit of just shy of $53,000 a year. Now we also have in this monthly mortgage payment, we're gonna have equity pay down. So out of the, just shy of $16,000 per month that we're paying towards our mortgage payment, part of that's gonna be principal, part of that's gonna be interest, and that's gonna change every year with that principal portion gaining larger and larger every year that we're paying down the equity and we're paying down the mortgage that we have on that property. So that's gonna be a really important piece. But basically, why somebody would buy this and the numbers don't make sense, right? We go out, we've purchased a property, we're assuming all these tenants, we're gonna be paying our expenses, we have our mortgage amount, and we have our monthly mortgage payment. The numbers don't make sense at the current rents. They're gonna be losing $3,100 a month. But if we can force some turnover there and we can just have people leave naturally over time, we can re-rent those units at today's projected values, and we can get good tenants in there paying good amounts. We can increase all these rents. We're gonna get our total rent up to $22,000, and we're gonna end up making $4,400 a month. So that is why people are investing in Canadian real estate, even though the numbers don't make sense right now. A lot of them just don't make sense because you're going to be inheriting old tenants. Old tenants aren't paying a lot. The rental market has done a lot in the last few years. And if you're buying a property where there are tenants that have been there 5, 10, 15, 20 years, you're going to be inheriting them at low rents because most likely the building that you're going to be buying is under rent control. There are a few things that you can kind of do, ways that you can shop to go around the rent control. If you bought something that's brand new, you're not going to have that rent control piece, but you're going to be buying a property that's valued very high. The exciting thing about doing this is, let's say that we have we're buying a building for, like this one for example, for $2.99 million, and the current rents are only $14,000. When we increase the rents, we are increasing the value of the property. So not only are we now making more cash flow, or we went from a negative cash flow to a positive cash flow by quite a margin, we are also going to be increasing the value of that property through doing so. We're going to have people buying these on a cap rate basis. And this is how wealth is built in multifamily real estate. So that's this deal. This is number 2 Bobby West Street. And thanks for checking it out. If you have any questions, if you're interested in getting into the real estate investing space, I would love to help you. My name is Gonchar. I'm in the GTA. Thanks for watching this video.